All right, so what we have here is the L7T12 for the H2. We grabbed every ounce of airspace. We're just under a foot on a sub that requires about half a foot. So you're talking about optimal performance. And again, not only out of a 12, but an L7T12. That's got the circumference area of almost a 14-inch round sub. So we're just going to show you how this kind of drops in. And my daughter help me here. Go left, Layla. There for a second. It's got to rotate. So now I'm kind of tipping it this way to clear that center console. Look for the part that drops down. It nests right in there. Let me see the camera head. And then this, of course, is where you'll tag it off with your screws. And what's nice is you have enough room here, you can mount your amplifiers on top of the enclosure itself. What we did here is anytime you can do an in-dash firing sub, you get a lot more bass output. It's very similar to like the trunk of a car. If you've got a, say, a 10-inch sub in the trunk of a car, it rattles your mirror. The minute you open that trunk, it's cut in half. That's because there's something for sound to reflect off of. So rather than just do like a downfire sub over here that doesn't have much to reflect off of, we use the entire dash as that closed trunk. So, and not only are you getting a 12, you're getting an L7T square 12. So that's almost the circumference area of a 14-inch round sub, all stealth and hidden in the dash. It, of course, goes in this area here. And that's the sub for the H2. Alright, so the most unfortunate thing about kick pods is no matter how you photograph them, they look like they're in the way. You hear people say, I don't want to lose legroom, foot space. But what we try to explain to people over the phone is that this is recessed. Your foot goes in the original position your foot did before. The speaker is recessed to the point where to even try to touch them, even if you're right on top of the dash, your knee would have to go through the dash 3 inches for that bone, your shin bone, to be able to touch that speaker. So like here's my wife, she's sitting in, the seat is all the way back, and of course you've got 13 inches probably. Go ahead and put the seat all the way forward. Put your foot all the way up into the nest. So her foot is all the way forward, and if you see, you're still 3 or 4 inches there. So again, your bone would have to go through the dash to be able to touch here. So why they might look like they're in the way, they don't utilize any functional space. Go ahead and put the seat back kind of in the middle in a normal position. Okay, now go ahead and get in and out, babe. Show them just kind of how. Go ahead and get back in. So they're never in the way, but unfortunately, like I said, no matter how you take pictures or videos, people think they're going to be in the way. But again, what's super important here is you have an 8-inch in its own enclosure, in its own rigid airspace. Again, with these 6.5s, very unfortunate that they decided to put the speaker right in the body line where the door bows in. So you're talking a speaker that's about that deep, and it's encased in steel around the backside of the magnet. So even if you had depth, the circumference would still have to be the same because there's almost like a steel cup that goes around it. So replacing those 6.5s are going to be a nightmare. Your only option is to come forward out of that grill, which is not a terrible idea. We might even do a bump ring where the 6.5 comes forward, but think of that as just fill sound, because the difference of an 8 in a proper enclosure versus what this can do not in an enclosure, night and day, two different universes. So either just don't use those at all or use those as a secondary additive, but this is the key to the concert sound reviews that we get over and over again, is the functionality of an 8-inch. And again, I don't know if you saw from earlier, but we've got the sub down in there as well.